I got a great subscriber question that actually got a few videos back, and I thought it was really interesting, so I wanted to do a video on it. And this one was relating to toxic positivity. If you follow my channel, a big theme of it is indeed, you know, what you focus on is what you pretty much bring into your life, good or bad a lot of times. And you know, I talk about all sorts of topics, but positivity does raise questions, because honestly, we're not always like, we all have a ranges of emotions. We're not just these robots that have one emotion, or we're always feeling great. So what do we do about that? What do we do about not feeling so great? What we do about when we feel lazy? What we do about when we feel paranoid, anxiety, all these ranges of emotions that may not be in total alignment with positivity. So let's define this so we have a clear definition. I scoured the internet, and there are a lot of good definitions out there, but this definition right here is the best one in my humble opinion. So this is from clinical psychologist Dr. Jamie Zuckerman. She says, toxic positivity is a societal assumption that a person, despite their emotional pain or gravity of their situation, should only strive to have a positive outlook. End quote. Cool. I love that definition. It's very accurate. It's very accurate. So when you hear me primarily, because I could really speak for myself, when you hear me say focus on the positive or think positively, this doesn't per se mean that you ignore your current maybe negative emotions, maybe jealousy, envy, hatred. These emotions give you an opportunity to learn from them. When I say focus on the positivity, that's the baseline thing you're trying to focus on, while acknowledging the negative emotions. Because when you don't acknowledge negative emotions and you just say, no, I'm positive, no, focus on the positive, you force yourself not to experience those negative emotions. That's what causes it to be pushed down and repressed. And when you have repressed negative emotions, they can come out in very unhealthy ways, and this is very common. So especially those stronger emotions you may experience in childhood. Maybe you experienced a very negative emotion and you didn't know how to process it, and maybe a caregiver or a parent or a guardian told you, kind of downplayed that negative emotion. It probably 9 times out of 10 it probably didn't go well, because that negative emotion just got repressed and it started to come out maybe in negative ways as you gotten older. So that's what this is. It's really your main focus is the positive. You experience a negative emotion. Hey, you're not feeling great, and this is an opportunity for you to ask yourself, why aren't you feeling great about this? Why are you feeling maybe angry? Why are you feeling jealous? Why are you feeling upset, right? And then ask yourself why, and get to the real root of the problem, right? Because emotions, these are whether they're good or bad, these are signals, these are signs from the body about you taking action to do something about it. Never feel as though, like, okay, you see somebody else happy at this stage, like someone's the same age as you see them super happy all the time, and then maybe you're not super happy all the time, and then you feel as though you have to logically move your emotions to match how that person is, when you two are two different people, which I'll touch on later in this video about how positivity is processed between two different people. I'm going to give an example of this, so this can be modeled very nicely. If you are someone that's into weight training, you're going to really like this example. So let's talk about it. Oftentimes in weight training, when you first start working out a muscle group, especially a weaker muscle group, you don't have a certain thing called mind-muscle connection with that muscle group. So what this means is you're lifting this weight with this muscle group that you're trying to grow, and the body notices that this weight is too heavy for that muscle group, so the body will use surrounding muscles to compensate for the heavy load, right? Which turns out that you start working out different body parts that you don't really want to target, but your body doesn't know that, of course. It's just trying to lift up this weight. So mind-muscle connection, you're training your mind as you're lifting to, okay, we're only lifting with this muscle group. Your mind starts to understand every time you do this workout, okay, you're training this specific muscle group. Your mind starts to associate that workout with that muscle group. And as you do that consistently, you're successful in growing that muscle group. So how does this relate to positivity and maybe negative emotions, right? Or just other ranges of emotions? Positivity is the focus. it's the intended focus, it's your intention, you're focusing on a muscle group, positivity, right? The surrounding muscle groups, maybe you're used to experiencing anxiety in certain situations. That's the surrounding muscle groups that come in, and it's good that you notice that. It's good that you notice that you have anxiety, right? Don't try to like fight it and say, oh yeah, you know, I shouldn't be feeling anxiety, because that really just leads to more. In the muscle group example, right, the surrounding muscle groups, they're stronger, so they naturally come in. And you notice that. But despite that occurring, people that want to work that specific muscle group, aka positivity, they still focus on that, knowing that, hey, you'll still experience times when other muscle groups come in. So I hope you understand that example. That's really the crux of it. Every time you have an emotion that's not so positive, understand that this is a time to learn about yourself and ask yourself the big questions. Why is this occurring? And you can really start linking things, maybe a series of events, maybe different thought processes that led to that emotion occurring. Why does this trigger me? Why am I upset right now? Why am I experiencing this right now? What is causing this? Am I causing this? Emotions come and go. People call it energy in motion. Yes, they come and then they go, and then they come and then they go. That's how emotions just work. So when you're able to ask yourself these questions and understand that they come and go, it's a learning experience. And to be honest, you will learn a lot on average. You will learn more about yourself through experiencing negative emotions than positive ones. At least that's the case for me. A lot of my self-improvement work came from me experiencing negative emotions in situations and asking myself, why am I feeling this way? And then I just got to the core problem, the core issue, and what it was, and just dug deep. And this is one of the big things when it comes to shadow work, which I will make a video on later. It's not really the crux of this video, but I will touch on that later. Whenever you feel guilty about not feeling positive, that means you have an egoic connection to positivity. This is your self-image, right? This is who you are. You are a positive person. So when you experience things that are not in alignment with the self-image, you start to feel even worse. Let's take me, for example. I am a self-help YouTuber, psychology, spirituality, and it's very easy for me, and I've kind of gotten into this trap of, I'm a self-help YouTuber. I know what I'm talking about. I read, I'm a critical thinker. I talk to smart people. I learn from the smartest people in the world. I can't fall into anxiety. Like if I experience anxiety, I could easily just be like, oh no, I'm positive. No, I have to be positive, right? My self-image is I'm this positive self-help YouTuber. How could I fall into anxiety? How could I fall into such a maneuver for my emotions or something like that? So that would be me making the ego out of it and not seeing that, hold on. I'm a human being and it will happen, and that's okay. It's just that my focus needs to be on positivity. Allow the not so positive emotions to be there and ask myself, why is that happening? And go through that. That's really what it is. And you'll see this in your life too. If you're known for certain things or you're seen in a certain light, you will have this, you'll have your ego pull you to always be like that at all times, because that's what you're known for. And that's a trap of it. Remember that positivity is a tool for you, not you. Right? It's a tool. Positivity, positive ways of thinking, positive actions attract positive results to you, rather than you putting positivity as your ego, causing you to, have even more anxiety when you're not so positive. And touching on, what you focus on grows. If you focus on positivity, it grows. If you focus on negativity, it grows. This is really the basis of a lot of law of attraction. And now here comes the scientific police, and they say, oh, Jem, are there enough studies on the law of attraction? I'm not sure about that. To each his own. But please listen with open ears. When positivity is the majority of your state, the majority of your focus, you get more of it. And as you keep on focusing it, you start imprinting your subconscious mind with that behavior that okay, you experience things that are not so positive, and then you feel that, and then you shift over to your focus on positivity, right? Your subconscious gets imprinted that way, and it starts understanding that, okay, this is how we process emotions, and more positive events are liable to happen to you. And it becomes a snowball effect, because the more you're able to focus this way, the less conscious control you need. Remember, the subconscious mind controls 95% of your actions. If it understands that positivity is the main focus, that's the habit that's repeated all the time, there are less times where you need to will yourself to be positive, and it's fine for you to kind of just sit back, deal with the negative emotions, and understand that because you've done the repeated actions of focusing on positivity and acknowledging negative emotions, the subconscious mind will gradually just shift and focus on the positive, because that's what you were habitually doing. And this is why some people may be more positive when certain events happen. They can just, oh, positivity, positivity, positivity. Because some people require less conscious control of it, right? There are different ways in which we cope with negative emotions or maybe negative events. And like, let's say you're having a bad day, like let's say you got into a car accident or something, and then you go into work and then you tell your coworker, and he's just like, oh, just like go fix it, it'll be fine, everything's gonna be okay. And it sounds like, he's not really acknowledging like how messed up you feel or how bad you feel about it. It's not that he's not trying to acknowledge that. It's that maybe the way he processes things like that is just straight with the positivity, and the negative emotion isn't that big of a deal to him. So again, a lot of this is relative, what we consider toxic positivity. On a grand level, it is ideal to watch how you may communicate to someone that may be feeling not so positive, not dismissing how they feel, understanding where they're coming from, and then finding a solution. And remember that positive thinking is not wishful thinking. Wishful thinking would be, okay, I'm always feel good, or I'm gonna feel good. I'm gonna always feel good when I do this, or I'm gonna always feel good when I accomplish this. That's wishful thinking. Positive thinking is, I focus on good thoughts, feelings, and emotions. They won't always occur, but that is my focus and is what I intend to harbor. And as a result, that is what will germinate in my subconscious mind and then in my life. Yeah, I had to write that down, because when I thought of that, I was just like, damn, that's fire. I wrote that down. That's going to be my new quote, by the way. I'm going to put that on a shirt or something, because that is fire. I'm going to read that again. This is what I typed up in my notes. Positive thinking. I focus on good thoughts, emotions, and feelings. They won't always occur, but that is my focus and is what I intend to harbor. As a result, that is what will germinate in my life. When negative emotions occur, I will acknowledge them and deal with them in a healthy manner. Shout out to the subscriber question. I really enjoyed it. If you have any video suggestions, please send them my way. In the description below, I will leave a link to the psychology group. They have this really nice list of ways to help someone that may be feeling negative emotions and steer them to positive emotions. You can use it for yourself as well. I thought it was fire. It is 5:47. I gotta head out. But guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe, take care of yourselves. Peace.